back here at the lumber mill, and we're going into the bowels. Oh yes, we have all of our little decor, but we need a way to restock our stock. So I was thinking we would have some kind of snazzy secret door to go down into an automatic tree farm. Yeah. So I'm thinking this would actually work out pretty well. Now, this dirt here is actually the ground above us, so we're like right near the surface. But watch this. Haha! I got a pressure plate there to reset it. So what we're doing here is we're using a little trick with our hitbox for stairs. I have a stair that was turned sideways so you could just kind of reach through and click through it like that. And then I put another stair next to it to change its skin, but it doesn't update its hit block, so there's still a hole through there. And we hit a button there on the wall, which trips this RS NOR latch, which is currently holding the door closed. And then when we come through, we hit this pressure plate here, which sends a signal here to reset the RS NOR latch and allow the door to close. Now I'm trying to figure out where to put our third input here. Oops, there we go. To put a third input so that we can basically simulate what that button there does. And there's not really any place to put another input into this block except for down here. And that's going to be a toughie. If I do a torch tower, I could do a redstone torch like so. Ooh, there's a thought. Have one come off of there? No. Because of that dust on top, it's going to be a problem. We have a torch come off of there, then another torch come off of there. Then we could dig down here, like so. One more. So it's behind that one, I believe. Nope, that one. We could probably bring a signal to a button here. I don't know. Let me figure it out, and I'll show you what I've come up with. Alright guys, I have figured it out. So we open up our door, it stays open. We'll just block that up so you don't have to worry about looking at it. Now the pressure plate will close the door due to resetting that RS NOR latch. Now what I did is I hooked up a double torch tower here so we don't have to worry about inverting a signal or any of that. It just helps us pass the signal up. And then we have a button that when we hit it puts that repeater, sucks it out of the block, runs along a little redstone line here, repeater into the torch tower. It's actually unnecessary. There we go. So let's reset that. There, pulls it out. That way it acts just a little faster on the button. And we're good to go. We just have to button up a few of these holes here, like so. And we are over a very, very deep ravine. I was considering using it to help us get down, but I don't know. We might just do a water drop and a minecart elevator. You know, something very compact and tight. I was thinking about a nice little woolly creeper elevator, but I don't know. It might be a little noisy. Thinking a minecart elevator where you just right click and hold and go up to the top would be a little faster, more direct. And we can do that right next to a nice little water drop or something. There we go. I am pleased, guys. I am. Look at that. Now we have our secret laboratory. We can do down here. Put our little tree farm. I'd go that way a little further, but there's water right there. And I dare say it's even right on the other side of this dirt. So we really don't want to go that way anymore. And I don't know, maybe I'll flip-flop the redstone, but as you can see, we needed a lot of space, so I felt this would be a better way to go. The no, the ravine actually continues on that way, so I kind of walled it up a little bit so we weren't spotted from that direction. I want this to kind of be secret. Of course, once all the other Omegus people see this, they'll know exactly how to get in, but don't. I tell you, do not. This is off limits. Okay. So, press, retreat, run. There we go. A little bit of a quick run through there. I might put a delay on the little pad there. But there we go. We have ourselves a secret entrance door. Now, to actually dig down, get the elevators in place, and I'm thinking I'll even item elevator the stuff back up into some storage chests down here or something. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, we have made some additions here. We have a beacon and a nice little drop chute onto the ladders. Now, I have hollowed out a very large area. This is going to be for our project. We are making a nice little automated tree farm. Not just any itty bitty one, but this is a serious hardcore one that can even handle acacia wood. So that'll give us a very nice selection and assortment of wood. I think jungle is probably the only one we won't really be able to do. Maybe the dark oak as well, unfortunately. But we can come up with little contraptions that can handle something like that. Maybe bring one of the pine trees all the way back down. No, jungle trees all the way back down, so we can just break all the wood at ground level so we don't have to climb or something like that. The dark oak will be a lot easier since they only grow to about 8 blocks tall. But we're making this thing 18 blocks tall. The tree farm that we're doing actually has no tutorial for it, just kind of a demonstration video and then a world download. So I'm not going to be building it on camera. I might even think about contacting the original designer to see if he actually wouldn't mind if I made a tutorial for it. I don't know, that might be stretching it a little bit, but it's by Redstone Spire and it's likely going to take a lot of time to even build. This thing's ginormous. 18 blocks tall, 18 wide, and another 17 for the other dimension. And it fits all in one chunk, just barely, because it has a little frame that comes out to here. Just to kind of get an idea of the size. I can just kind of wall it in so nothing gets into the redstone, but I'll probably just leave it open. That'll shave off 1 block on each side, making it fit into a 16 by 16 area, but just barely. It's actually 15 by 16. So it'll go all the way up there, and then there's a little bit at the top that extends down for the different types of trees like acacia and whatnot. So let me go ahead and get working on this. Maybe I'll give you some progress update video clips or something like that, and we'll get this going. Oh, and I did forget to mention, you did see the slime. Unfortunately, this just happens to be a slime chunk. It sucks, but I'll have to do something to help prevent the slimes from spawning inside the machine. That's going to be a little rough, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. We might even be able to put a small slime farm above this thing, so while we're getting wood AFK wise, we can get some slimes. And we're going to want to get some kind of mob farm nearby as well, so we can populate this thing with bone meal. Yeah, maybe I'll just use the 4 surrounding chunks or something. Well, actually, I gotta go out a little further than that. The 9 surrounding chunks out beyond these guys here. Or would that be 16? Either way, math, it's fun. 25 chunk square, 5 by 5. Yeah. So we'll probably do something to get some mobs spawning. So we'll probably have some mob farm areas just beyond these chunks here, so they'll be far enough away the mobs will spawn. We'll collect them at the bottom, crush them, or just let them do a drop, depending on how high we want to go up with that. And we'll be able to get some bone meal and some miscellaneous other things. Not quite the way I wanted to do a mob farm, but I think it'll be fine. We won't have to do too much, maybe 3 platforms per direction or something of that nature, just to give us quantity. And, I don't know, crusher would be nice, but the witches don't crush very well, so we'd have to do iron golems and all sorts of fun stuff. But that's for another project. Let me go ahead and finish this one. As promised, here is an update video. We have quite a bit done, actually. I'm kind of happy with how far along we have gotten. Let me jump down and show you what we have here so far. Yeah, quite a few layers have already been made. We'll walk up to here, press the button, we'll get pistoned up one spot and be able to plant right there with a dispenser to do the bone milling. We have a nice little bit of space below here if I wanted to add any additional mechanisms. We are at bedrock, so we don't have too much slack there, but we'll be good enough. Let me show you up top so you can kind of get an idea of what we're having to do. And you can already see there's quite a bit of redstone involved. Lots and lots of pistons, a few hoppers to collect. But yeah, look at this. I mean, this is why I'm not building it on camera. We got little repeaters that are set at like 4 ticks, 2 ticks. We got 3 and 1s. We have triple extending pistons, double pistons, single pistons, sticky pistons, normal pistons. Oh yeah, lots and lots of fun. We're actually building the easy part right now, where we actually go up just stacking a whole bunch of pistons to push and pull the blocks away. This spot right here is the channel that the full trunks will go down. They'll be like 6 or 7 blocks tall and just move right along this channel here and get pushed out to a collector right here, which will push that way even further. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. There is a pretty nifty thing here where we can set for acacia, and I think this was oak, to keep the oak from growing to a large oak tree. It'll extend a bit down in the middle to keep it at a certain height. So yeah, and I had to block off our beacon there to not accidentally overbreak blocks when I place something wrong. I think I did it to a block just behind here. I fixed it. It took me like 20 minutes to figure out what had actually broken. I was looking at the screenshots I got, and oh yeah, terrible stuff, terrible stuff. And I've been logging back and forth between the testing world, where I have a world download of this, and back into here to build some and flip back, mainly to check these repeater timings, you know, because there's a whole bunch that are like 2 and 3. Yeah, it can get really, really intricate. So let me go ahead and keep working on this. It hasn't killed me yet, and I don't think it will. Wait till we get to the debugging phase, when there's one of these just buried like here that I can't get to, that is just 1 tick off. Yeah, it's very likely to happen, but we'll deal with that when it gets there. And I'm just trying to double check each floor as I finish it, so that hopefully we don't have any of that. I'm also having to interlace torches into here, like this one and such, just to keep it illuminated underneath, to keep any skeletons and stuff from spawning in the gearworks. So let me go ahead and keep cracking on this, and we will see you in a bit. Whew, that was close. He snuck right up on me. Alright, for our first bit of debugging, we need to take care of that button right here. This is the one that extends the piston up that you stand on so that you can place the saplings. Now what this is it's pretty much a complicated monostable T flip-flop-ish. Well, this could probably be replaced with a monostable circuit so that we can T flip-flop this piston properly. See, it extends, but it doesn't seem to get cut off right. Yeah, see, this is supposed to extend into T flip-flopped, but it's being retained. Now the timings on this is exactly the same as in my testing world. So I guess I have to adjust the timings. Yeah, I might just have to replace this with a T flip-flop. Unless that's wrong. Let me check that real quick. Alright, to repair this, this actually is 1 tick, not 4, which explains everything. Alright, because that would be kept on too long. This thing wouldn't do its 1 tick pulse. There we go. Now when we press the button, it behaves correctly. Now this will go up and down like so. Alright, now when it's in this position, we should be getting a comparator flying off right now, but we do not. So the next thing to debug is going to be this guy right here. He should be ticking away, and I think it's because I'm maybe missing a block. No, it's there. Alright, let me check again. Alright, I went and hit the button, and I can see what this thing's doing when it pulls back like so, extends this piston. This is the bone mill chambers here. You just fill up these chests full of bone mill. Now the comparator is pulling an inventory. I forgot to look in the inventory. So this thing actually needs, it was 64, a stackable item. Let's do cobble. And now we're gonna get that annoying sound. I'm gonna finish it off by actually putting a full 64 in there. There we go. So all of this stuff that we got from digging. Run faster. So we're almost there. Next we get to see the whole chute thing here up there. Misfire. Because I'm sure at least one piston isn't going to extend properly. So if we came up here, pop, now we get the bone mill that spits out. I need to replace that with a glowstone, and this one with the glowstone. And we have slimes. Now, like I said, since this thing is in a slime chunk, we do get slimes. Where are you? Ooh. Are they actually above us? Alright. We are bleeding edged close to right here. There we go. Arena! And this is the ravine that's right below town. I mean, we can look up that dirt right there. That's the street right there. So we are pretty close to the surface-ish. Right there is our door. And just some miscellaneous so I could light up this place to keep it from getting a whole lot of spawns. And as you can see, it works as a makeshift ice spider. Works as a makeshift slime farm. There we go. Haha. So we still got the top to finish up here. Now, we're pretty sure some of this stuff works. This right here should depower. I flip the switch, that's for the acacia wood setting. This should just give us a double pulse on this whole thing. Let it run 2 cycles essentially. If we set it to acacia, this runs the torch tower all the way up to the top so that we can extend down the slime blocks that you see right up there so that we can grow only the small oak, not the oversized oak, since we don't want to ruin any of our design here. Let me go and get those 2 glowstone and finish up the top, and then we can continue bug testing. Alright, moment of truth. Turn down the ticks there just a little bit. Hopefully it's getting bone meal. Nope. Alright. Debug the bone mill while we're at it. Well, unfortunately, debugging the rest of this machine is just going to have to wait till next time. We are completely out of time. Yeah, I know, it's sad. But be sure to go ahead and hit that like button if you've liked this episode, and do subscribe so you can join us next time when we actually fire up this beast of a machine. Oh yeah, that redstone dust effect right there. Oh yeah. Looks pretty nifty. But we will catch you next time. Bye bye.